Okay. I imagine it must have been busy in terms of electioneering and all of that. And we're in the time when you're going to be, well, crossing the T's, dotting the I's, and generally cleaning up. So let me ask, how prepared are you? Because the incumbent governor, Douye Diri, of the PDP.
Diri.
Yes, of the PDP, he will be aiming to keep his job. He wants an extension. And of course, you have 15 other parties that have candidates saying that we think we'll be better. So how well has your preparation been?
Well, first, Lalo, let me tell you that for us as PDP and as the state government, we are more than prepared for the election. Ordinarily, the governor wouldn't have even gone for campaigns because of the works that he has done, and those works would have been the reason why Bayelsans will now say they want to re-elect him because the works will speak for him. Now, the governor that we have today is somebody that when you follow up our primaries, you can see that during the primaries, nobody contested with him. Every other person that was interested said if the governor has done this much within a period of 3 years, why coming to truncate this movement, this growth of development that we're experiencing in Bayelsa State? So nobody contested with him, and he was returned unopposed as the candidate of our party. And I must say this today, that in this coming election, November 11th, I don't see any other candidate that can stand the governor in this election, because no other candidate has a structure or no other candidate is prepared to contest this election. Some persons are contesting just for the reason of contesting. Some persons are contesting just to come and say, oh, they have people that they want to witch hunt, and that is why they are coming. So for us as PDP and as a government, we want to say the works of the governor will definitely speak for him. This is a governor that came into office and has done something that has unified the entire Bayelsa State. He brought peace to Bayelsa State, and today he is preaching peace, and he has ensured that there is peace in Bayelsa State. I want to say this and let it be on record. 80% of the persons who are notable politicians in the main opposition, let me just say main opposition party, because they are the center, the APC, are all back in the PDP working with the governor. Why? They are back in the PDP because of the character and person of the governor and what the governor has brought to bear within this period as governor of Bayelsa State. Today in Bayelsa State, you can go home and sleep with your 2 eyes closed. Today in Bayelsa State, you can move around and be proud to address yourself as a Bayelsan. Today in Bayelsa State, you can see visible infrastructural projects that the people are benefiting. Today in Bayelsa State, the governor's projection of carrying on with the previous administration's works of trying to link up the 3 senatorial districts through the state capital, we have achieved Ekeremo. We are going to Agay. The governor said he's going to Agay. Haven't achieved Ekeremo. We have achieved Angiama. The bridge is going to cross to Oporoma. We want to ensure that we go to Otua, and we also go to Ukube. As I speak, the governor is building the road to Brass, the Nimbe Brass Road. The governor is building it, and I am from Nimbe, and I'm from the East Senatorial District. And every Nimbe man, all the notable leaders, we have all decided that this time around we are supporting Douye because he is from the Central. He's going to complete the 8 years of the Central just like the West completed, and after his time, it will now come to Ogbe, Nimbe, and Brass. So we have all resolved that the governor must be supported, especially for the fact that he's building the Nimbe-Ogbe Road. You see, we are talking about blue economy. Where is our blue economy? Our blue economy is in our coast. You see, so that is what we're trying to do, and that is what the governor has done. So today, like you rightly asked, I don't see any opposition. As a party, we are prepared. As a party, we are ready to go down there and vote and ensure that our governor is re-elected. Okay. The governor will be elected massively. He will be elected massively, and that is what we are doing. The building blocks are already there. You can't see. You don't change a winning team, and in this case, you don't change a governor that has brought development, peace, and unity and love to a state and take us back to the days of Amtangbe. I want you to ask me what is the meaning of Amtangbe after now.
Go ahead and tell me. You know, it's interesting, so we know it side by side. What exactly is the meaning of that?
Yeah, Amtangbe was the security outfit put up by the candidate of the APC, Chief Timothy Silva, while he was governor, within the period he served as governor. And on record, the number of deaths, maiming, that our people suffered from government terrorism. That was government terrorism, the government of the land, which hunted our own people, killing innocent young men, killing innocent women, and making life miserable for our people.
Well, okay.
People, opposition members flee from this. You have to come in hiding and also live in hiding. That was a yesterday that we had, and we have moved beyond that yesterday. So when you want to talk about violence in Bayelsa State, it is referred as the days of Amtangbe. So that is why I said you asked me what the meaning of Amtangbe is.
Okay, but because it really leads on to the very next question that I was going to ask, which you partly responded to, which was concern about security, because everything you spoke about in terms of the work that the present administration is doing, you know, you're going to need a secure environment, violence-free environment in which to do it. So I was going to ask you what the situation is in that regard. That is the state of security in Bayelsa.
Okay, like I said before now, Bayelsa State was adjudged the most peaceful and most secure state in Nigeria. Of course, you can attest to that fact. But since we came to this electioneering circle, the same characters have started their old tradition of bringing violence whenever there is election. As I speak, the main opposition, if I may even refer them as main opposition, they are banking on violence. In my own local government, I'm from Nimbi local government. Incidentally, the candidate of the opposition is from Brass and also related to Nimbi. But as I speak, in my community, in Nimbi, that's what we call
I think it's clear.
On Thursday night, a young man was killed. On Thursday night, a young man was killed. Another one critically injured due to machete cuts is in the hospital now. In fact, they even went to the hospital and carted away the corpse of the dead young man. Is that bad? Just yesterday, another person was stabbed. They are destroying properties of opposition PDP members. Believe this, we are in the state as government, but because the governor does not believe in violence, because the governor feels that we are all Bayelsans, we are one people, we are brothers, we can only go. See, election is like sport. Somebody will definitely win. It's a game, like a game of football. There's a team that will always win. So that is what the governor believes in and does not believe in violence, but the opposition is banking on it. If you go to Nimbi Batamri now, no PDP person is in Nimbi Batamri. It's an occupied community. It's an occupied territory. No single PDP person is in that community. The world is aware. The governor has cried. He has said this. He has said everything. And he has called on the security agencies to ensure that there's a level playing ground for everybody. All political parties, not only PDP, not only APC, for the other 13 political parties that made the number to be 15. And that is what the governor is talking about. So our major concern today is security. And the fact that we are calling on the armed forces, the security agencies to ensure, the police, to ensure that they create an enabling environment during and within the election. You can, you can ascribe it to a fact where in a place where they will say, this person cannot come to his community during election. This person cannot come to his community during campaigns. It is that bad. They are taking us back to 2019, where more than 24 persons were killed on a campaign rally. That is what they are doing in Nimbi. Talk of Brass. They are planning, stockpiling arms to ensure that they invade communities in Brass, Ojoma, Akasa, just like they have done in Basambri and Ogbulmambri. They are planning to do that also in Southern Niger local government. This is what they are planning. They are planning to do that in some part of Ekrema local government. They know that if we go for election, If we go for election today, anytime, any day, Senator Douye will win 80% votes in Bayelsa State. I'm being moderate when I said 80% votes because I know about the endemic acceptance that the governor enjoys from the people. His love for the people, which the people have decided and vowed that they are going to pay him back in this election. But the opposition has come, and now in Bayelsa State, you are hearing about killings, you are hearing about chasing people out of their communities, you are hearing about all the sort of things that were not there before now. And that is why I want to use this privilege to call on the Chief of Defense Staff, Chief of Army Staff, the Inspector General of Police. They should ensure that anybody, any individual, be it the major actors, be it, irrespective of the political background, anybody that foments trouble or is trying to foment trouble or is in the act already of fomenting trouble to disrupt this election, those persons should be picked and prosecuted. They should be arrested and prosecuted because as I speak, we are trying to go back to our dark days of 2019. You are aware of what happened in 2019. You spoke about... So this is an appeal to them.
Okay, Dr. Obuebite, you spoke about this, and it's quite worrying. But surely the police must have reassured you, because when we started off, you were talking about being, quite frankly, being ready as you can be. So I was going to ask, and one needs to know that you are reassured by, the police being in charge of the situation that you allege could be on ground if care is not taken. The police, because the security forces, you called upon them yourself, but in particular, the police, there must be conversations. Can you reassure us that the police have the matter well in hand?
Well, I can't say that in an 100% scaling, but I can say, well, they are doing and trying their best, but we need to see more because when you see non-state actors like what is happening in Basambri, where we have the SWAT team giving cover, the SWAT team of the IG giving cover to non-state actors to perpetrate acts that will affect the smooth conduct of the election. Same thing, they will come into Ogbolomabri doing the same thing. As I speak, they go and harass notable opposition members. And this SWAT team is from the police. So if the police will be able to call their people to order, for which I want to believe that the IG may have no hand in what is happening.
Yes.
Because what they may be telling him is different from what is happening here. Okay. So we want the IG to ensure that there's a way of pulling out those persons that are occupying that community and bringing security policemen from everywhere they want to bring, because we are talking about election in just three states.
Okay, one moment. Doctor.
Be able to police the place.
One moment, Doctor. Let me bring on our first caller. Good morning, Mr. George.
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Yeah,
and greetings to your guest.
Yes.
Uncle Yori, your guest said something that triggered my reaction. He said the current governor will win over 80% of the votes if he is, during the election. Then why all the fear and the agitations in his camp? Because we see them on several television stations talking about violence, and what the other group might be capable of doing. If you have this confidence, then you shouldn't be afraid. The people will vote according to their conscience. But I remember that this same governor lost the last governorship election. It was after the court said that the deputy of the one that won had issues with a paper qualification. That's how the current governor became governor. So he didn't win the election in the last one, but he's going to win over 80% this time. I wish him luck. I want to ask a question. The guest says that the current governor has brought peace, and he has gone into several developmental projects. Can you point out one for the past 4 years that he started and completed? We will be glad to hear that.
All right. Thank you for calling in, Mr. George. Doctor, how would you react?
Yes.
First of all, the very important one that you said to us earlier that, look, all other things being equal, your candidate, the sitting governor, should win up to 80% of that election.
Yes.
Let's start from there. So why the apprehension that violence?
Okay, let me correct the notion that he tried to create when he hacked and said the last election, the governor lost it in 2019. The governor did not lose the election in 2019. In fact, in my own local government, maybe local government, I did not even vote. We were not even allowed to go to our community. But what happened? PDP is a majority. They turned out 80,000 votes. We have never had that kind of vote in all the elections that have been conducted in this country where we have participated. Because they only sat down somewhere, manipulated those numbers. The same thing they did in Southern Nigeria. They sat down somewhere and manufactured those numbers. The governor, then look at the local government that the governor won. Fair election. So I'm saying it again and let it be on record. In 2019, Senator Douye, our miracle governor today, won the election, if not for the hijacking and writing of results that happened in Nembe, Ogbia, and Southern Nigeria local government. So I want to correct that, to let him know that we are not agitated. The point I'm trying to make about this security is this. These same flashpoints, they have already started the same trade of what they did in 2019. And that is why we are calling on the security agency, as people who are peace-loving, as people who want to go for a free, fair election. Because if you go to Nembe today, I tell you, we are going to win overwhelmingly. If I give you a percentage now, I will tell you, go to the bank with that number that I will give you. If we don't come up with 70% victory in Nembe with a peaceful election, then so Honorable Abubakar has lied.
Okay, one moment. Let me add another caller. Somebody else has called in. Doctor, somebody else has called in, so you'll be able to continue.
But I have not finished.
I know. Please, you continue. I don't want to lose that call. You continue. Okay. But let me bring on Reverend Dominic, who has called in from Alimosho. Good morning, Reverend.
Good morning, Yori. Good morning to your guest.
Okay. Yes. Go ahead, Reverend.
Yeah, Yori, let me continue where George stopped. The problem in Bayelsa, I think, is APC themselves. Last time the APC won that election and they defeated an incumbent. If the man said that they wrote the result somewhere and somebody who is running outside the government house, I don't believe him. We know how election is worked in Nigeria. Now, you are an incumbent, you have the power of the security, you have the power of money, you can influence people better. But for an aspirant to beat an incumbent, it means that the people in that state need that man. But my own regret is that my party, APC, look at what is happening now. Our candidate now is still in court. Let's replay the scenario, what happened 4 years ago, George is referring to. What if APC win today? And the Supreme Court said that candidate is not the right candidate. We suffered the same shame we suffered 4 years ago. So the problem in most of the states is not even the people. People love some candidates of APC, but it is APC party themselves. And you know what I'm saying? The kind of APC is in court. They say if you go on is sworn in 3 times, and the first court said no, yes. The appeal court said come, and the matter is now Supreme Court. Let's create a scenario. If he wins the election, we're going to suffer the same thing. It happened in Zamfara State. It happened in Bayelsa State. So, and I've told you if you want to talk about a state, whether development or not, please, sir, call a neutral man. Politicians build skyscrapers in the air. When you see them, I heard the candidate of APC saying that the water he put when he was there, there's no more water in Bayelsa. There's no more road in Bayelsa. And they clear all these things. What I'm trying to say, if you want to see how a state works, bring a neutral person, not politicians. They built this city and govern Nigeria on television. But if you go to some states, you'll be disappointed about governance. That they said that we said 2 years ago. It's a primary school. Children are still sitting on the floor. I won't mention that state. Children are still sitting on the floor. They have been government there for over 20 years. They come back common desk for children.
Let me ask Dr. Buebite about that. You heard him yourself, so please grab hold of it, and then I can talk about infrastructural development later on. Go ahead, please.
Yes, what I want to appeal now is that I want you to give me time to respond to the both of them.
I will.
Before taking another
I will, but please understand that when people call in,
will be heard.
I hear you, doctor, but if people call in, I'll try my best. But we don't want to lose them as much as is possible.
No,
but I also bear in mind what you're saying, that you need the time to respond. And so, yes. Please proceed.
Good. First, he was wrong when he said the opposition won the incumbent. No, that was not true. The governor was contesting for the first time, and the candidate of the APC too was contesting for the first time. And let it be on record, like I said, PDP won that election, and I made mention of my own local government. As somebody who has served in different, you did my introduction, so you should know what you said to the world about me and the people around me. Bayelsa State is a PDP state. Even the opposition candidate that is trying to run today was only governor when he was in PDP. Bayelsa is a state where the addresses, all of them will have PDP. The 5 House of Rep seats, they are all PDP. 80% of the House of Assembly, we are talking, they are all PDP. So what are you saying? Local government chairman, every other thing. So we are talking about a government that has structure, a party that has structure, a party that is within and is with the people. Like I said, it's an endemic movement, acceptance and love for the governor. And that's what we are talking about.
There appears to be a network issue. Well, Dr. Jonathan.
That party, like he rightly said, that they have so much problems that we are not talking about APC as a party. Okay.
Yeah, please continue. It's okay. You've come back now.
Yes.
Continue.
Okay. We have always emphasized that our campaign is not about APC, but about the character of the candidates. Okay, not against APC, but the character of the APC leaders have left. Things are built by people. People make up units, different local government. As I speak, 80% of all political leaders you know about in Bayelsa State are all members of the PDP and working with the governor and with their people to ensure that the governor is re-elected. So the notion of saying opposition won, no opposition won. Opposition has never won before and will never win. Like I said, you should go to the bank. 80% of the election that you will see, 80% victory, the votes, 80% will be gotten by the governor. Now, he talked about infrastructure, that we are building castle in the air. Let me say this. Just some few weeks ago, the Sultan of Sokoto came and commissioned a project. It's called the Glory Drive Phase 2. That project, that road, if you come to Bayelsa and you see that road, and they tell you that road is in Bayelsa, you will say you are talking about another place. You will think you are in London, you will think you are in America when you see that road. Today, as I speak, we can drive to Ekeremo. The governor has taken road. He took it from where the previous government stopped and has taken road to Ekeremo, and we are moving to it again. That is our vision. Today, we are moving to Satanijo, we are moving to Ukubie, because now we're already at Angiama. The former vice president came laid the foundation for the bridge, which will be one of the longest bridges we will have in this state, crossing to the other side of the road that will link to the largest local government we have in Nigeria, which is Satanijo local government, and we are going to the Atlantic. Today, we are already achieved Ogbia Nembe, and that is why the governor has taken the one from Nembe to Brass, 21 kilometers left, Sanfielded, and as I speak, Sanfielding is also going on, and we are saying that within the first quarter, between the first 2 years of his coming back, that road will be commissioned, so we can drive to Brass local government, the local government of the APC candidate. Let me say this, you're talking about infrastructure. Today we have the best iconic, the best media complex in Nigeria. It is called the Elesikoli Media Complex, initiated by this government, built and completed by this government. Today we have scheme house into use by this government. Today you are talking about the Lebele Bridge that was bad. Nobody could pass that place. The governor came, he has built a new one. Okay. We are taking that bridge and moving forward.
Dr. Obuebite,
No,
I
you
must
said that
interrupt
you
you.
mentioned
Dr.
projects.
Obuebite, I must interrupt you because we sort of agreed that
Yes.
I will try my best. But when people call in, like Mohammed has called in from Abuja now. Good morning to you, Mr. Mohammed.
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for calling in. Go ahead, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I greet your guest, and I hope your guest is talking as a politician. Always, Nigerian politician talks the way he talks.
Thank you.
Forgetting that the APC candidate was a former governor of Bayelsa State. He has his own local government chairman too. He has his members' house of assembly there too. He has his APC chairman of Bayelsa State there too. He has his followers. He has his voters. But the way some people used to think that everything, if I say yes, is yes. That the sitting governor is the alpha and omega of everything in every state. I'm not talking about Bayelsa in particular. But the way your guest is talking is saying that without a PDP in Bayelsa, nobody. Whereas we are in Nigeria here, somebody has won that state as APC governor. It was just code that denied him to be sworn in. So why people are always taking glory to themselves every time? Let's be sincere. Let's be talking like people. Don't deny other people a chance. Some people, they are listening to you. Voters in Bayelsa, they are listening. I'm not from Bayelsa, but the voters in Bayelsa are looking at you speaking. They are saying that, some are saying that maybe you are saying the truth. Some are saying you are telling lies. Because definitely, he may have his own vote too. APC will have, PDP will have, Labour Party will have. So why are you saying that you have 80% in all the whatever local government, you have 70% here? It's not done that way. Let's wait for voters to vote, cast their vote, count, INEC announce the winner. If your own is successful, fine. If APC is successful, fine. If Labour Party is successful, fine. But when we come to the media and be giving justice and be becoming INEC, becoming police, becoming soldiers, saying this and that is not proper. It's not done that way.
Okay, Mr. Mohammed. Thank you very much, Mr. Mohammed. This is the essence of having, perspectives, different views, different strokes for different folks. Now, our guest, Dr. Jonathan Obuebite, former Chief Whip of the Bayelsa State House of Assembly, and as I said at the beginning of the program, he is also, former Commissioner for Education and information and strategy. You're going to need more than the time I have to respond to that later something. So what I'll do is that I'll go on a quick break. Stay with us, please. So when we come back, you relate to that position. Stay with us.